How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. Boy, we've got an action-packed episode for you today, so hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content. Just like this.
I'm not saying this is paranormal, but it is freaky.
A short while ago, Supernatural Sleuth uploaded a TikTok video that quickly caught viewers' attention. The short clip, which has already racked up thousands of views, was recorded while he was waiting in a parking lot for his wife and daughter to come out of a subway. The uploader points out that there was no wind at all.
Let me say this, the wind wasn't really blowing, at least not enough to do what you're about to see.
Viewers in the comments also noted that nothing else was moving, not even the trees in the background. While some suggested it could have been a minor earthquake, the uploader confirmed there were no seismic events reported at the time. So what's going on here? Let your theories rip in the comments below. A few days ago, Scary Encounter on Instagram posted a reel featuring a chilling piece of home footage from Brazil that quickly went viral. The video begins with a young boy suddenly stopping his grandmother from leaving the house, urgently saying that she'll get struck by lightning. Just as she's about to step outside, she pauses after hearing the boy's warning, and only seconds later a bolt of lightning strikes just outside their home. The clip has left viewers stunned. Was this an eerie coincidence? Or could the child have some kind of psychic ability? An Instagram post by Butorda Kahini posted on May 25th caught the attention of many, leaving viewers disturbed by the images posted. At first glance, this might seem like a perfectly normal mirror selfie, until you take a closer look. Peeking out from the narrow gap between the wall and the dispenser is what appears to be a bizarre figure. Its face is partially visible, pale, with dark, hollow eyes, staring directly toward the camera. What do you think? Was it just a trick of the light, or did something uninvited make its way into the photo? A series of unsettling incidents recently captured at the Jefferson Palace Hotel have left guests and paranormal enthusiasts alike thoroughly spooked. One particularly eerie piece of footage from the hotel's themed Dolls and Stuff room, Room 14, has garnered significant attention. The video initially shows a collection of antique dolls neatly arranged on shelves and hanging along the walls. At first glance, everything appears normal, but suddenly something eerie happens. The head of the doll in the foreground turns on its own, shifting eerily to face another direction. This bizarre movement is followed by strange, unexplained noises before the video abruptly cuts off. Guests brave enough to face the room's chilling atmosphere can book an overnight stay for $169. Another spine-chilling moment at the hotel occurred when the owner received a security alert indicating motion had been detected. Fearing a potential intruder, he immediately reviewed the CCTV footage. The camera revealed something truly alarming.
There it is.
A shadowy figure darting across the end of the hallway briefly illuminated in the dim corridor lights.
Right there.
Upon reviewing the footage slowed down and zoomed in, the shadowy form appears even more disturbing, solidifying its reputation as a haunted hotspot. Adding to the hotel's notoriety, the paranormal investigation group Kukui Busters conducted a live session in room 13. With the owner's supervision, they included Eddie, the hotel's notorious haunted doll. As they streamed their investigation, activity sensors began triggering unexpectedly.
Whatever is there, can you move Eddie's arm, please?
Then, without any visible cause, this happens.
What are you trying to tell? No, it sends out a frequency.
Yeah.
In fact, it's 27 kilohertz. Bounces off a solid object and comes back.
Oh, shit!
What happened?
Eddie suddenly topples off the table, shocking the investigators and their online viewers watching the stream.
Bounces off a solid object and comes back.
Oh, shit!
What happened?
The Jefferson Palace Hotel boasts a rich and storied past dating back to 1851. Initially a cotton warehouse, it underwent multiple transformations, from a grand fireproof building to a bustling hub of commerce and hospitality. Its varied history includes periods as a saloon, coffee house, restaurant, brothel, and even a skating rink. One of the most tragic chapters involves Lydia Grigsby, a bride who, heartbroken after being left at the altar in 1912, took her own life by hanging herself in her mother's room. This tragic event occurred in room 12, and the very bed associated with this sorrowful tale now resides in room 19, where many guests report paranormal encounters. Other commonly reported spectres at the hotel include room 0, loud bangs, beds lifting, and a mysterious male voice yelling out, "No." Room 2, full-bodied apparitions, moving furniture, and disembodied voices. Room 3, apparitions of a child, unexplained laughter, and showers activating spontaneously. Room 19, frequent sightings of the haunted bride, messages mysteriously appearing on mirrors, and unexplained sounds of water splashing. Guests frequently record their experiences in the hotel's Book of the Dead, documenting countless unexplained occurrences. The Jefferson Palace Hotel remains a prominent location for ghost hunters and thrill seekers alike, proudly claiming its title as one of the world's most haunted hotels.
Whatever is there, can you move Eddie's arm, please?
Bounces off a solid object and comes back.
Oh, shit!
About a month ago, Reddit user UltraHex007 posted dashcam footage on the dashcam subreddit that quickly went viral, racking up thousands of upvotes and hundreds of comments, thanks to the terrifying moment it captured. But it doesn't stop there. Within seconds, more men emerge from the darkness, all seemingly part of a coordinated robbery attempt. In a moment of sheer panic, the driver's quick thinking likely saved lives. The shocking footage has sparked concern among viewers about the safety of nighttime drivers and passengers. Many flooded the comments, praising the driver's fast reaction, while others speculated that the incident may have taken place in Bangladesh, where similar roadside robbery attempts have reportedly occurred. Four years ago, Reddit user Purple Syrup posted a short video that left many viewers disturbed by what was caught on a baby camera. Because the moment is so brief, many viewers were left confused, unsure of what they had just witnessed. Some joked in the comments, but others took it more seriously. speculating that the face could belong to a demonic presence or some kind of dark entity visiting the child. A few noted that the face resembled a witch or an old woman. While some users questioned the video's authenticity, pointing out that most parents would rush to their child instead of calmly recording, others argued that the footage felt too raw and specific to be staged. What do you think? Could this be a hoax, or did something sinister really make its way into that room? On May 31, 2025, President Donald Trump stirred controversy after sharing a post on Truth Social, claiming that former President Joe Biden had died in 2020 and was replaced by clones. The original post came from a lesser-known account on the platform and was part of an ongoing thread discussing Biden's health. It boldly stated, "There is no Joe Biden executed in 2020. Biden clones, doubles, and robotic-engineered soulless, mindless entities are what you see." The post also claimed that Democrats don't know the difference, before attaching a series of hashtags. Trump didn't add any caption or comments of his own. He simply reshared the post from his personal Truth Social account on the Saturday night. He also reposted several other links around the same time, most of them focused on topics like steel manufacturing and his campaign talking points. The White House has not publicly responded to the post, and no official statement has been made regarding Trump's decision to share it. The Slender Man is out of work and struggling. He needs YouTube likes to feed his starving children. Let's get this bad boy to 10,000 likes so Slendy can feed his family. 1 like equals 1 mouthful. A strange story has resurfaced recently, and it's making people question whether Edgar Allan Poe was just a brilliant writer or something more. According to an article by the BBC and another by Upworthy, Poe may have predicted or even witnessed a real-life tragedy decades before it happened. In 1838, Edgar Allan Poe published his only novel, The Narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym of Nantucket. The book follows a crew stranded at sea, and at one point the starving survivors draw straws to decide who will be sacrificed for food. The unlucky one is a young cabin boy named Richard Parker, who ends up being killed and eaten by the rest. At the time, the book didn't get much attention, but 46 years later, in 1884, a horrifyingly similar event unfolded in real life. As reported in the BBC article, a yacht called the Mignonette sank during a voyage. 4 men survived the wreck and were stranded at sea for weeks with no food or water. Just like in Poe's novel, they eventually decided to sacrifice the weakest member to stay alive, and his name turned out to be Richard Parker. When this real-life event came to light, people were stunned by the eerie resemblance. The similarities were too specific to ignore. Many called it one of the most chilling coincidences in literary history. But as Upworthy highlighted, Poe's uncanny connection to real-life events doesn't stop here. The article explores numerous instances where Poe's writings mirrored reality with eerie precision, prompting fans and conspiracy theorists to ponder. Could Edgar Allan Poe have actually experienced these events rather than merely predicting them? Consider the case of Phineas Gage. In 1848, this railroad worker survived a severe brain injury when an iron spike pierced his skull, dramatically altering his personality. Gage's injury and resulting behavioural changes became foundational in understanding the role of the frontal lobe in human behaviour and social cognition. Remarkably, nearly a decade earlier in 1840, Poe detailed these very symptoms in his chilling story, The Businessman. This tale follows an unnamed narrator whose traumatic childhood head injury leads to obsessive routines and violent sociopathic outbursts, symptoms perfectly matching frontal lobe syndrome. Neurologist Eric Altshuler noted Poe's astonishing accuracy, stating, "There's a dozen symptoms and he knows every single one. There's everything in that story, we've hardly learned anything more." Altshuler, a respected medical professional, expressed amazement at Poe's precision, remarking, "It's so exact that it's just weird. It's like he had a time machine." Still skeptical? Consider Poe's extraordinary cosmological insights in his 1848 prose poem, Eureka. published 80 years before the Big Bang Theory emerged in scientific discourse. Eureka describes an expanding universe born from a single primordial particle in an instantaneous flash. Although initially dismissed by critics as the ramblings of a madman, Poe's visionary piece accurately resolves Olber's paradox, the puzzle of why the night sky is dark despite countless stars. He argued the darkness was due to the finite speed of light, meaning the distant light of an expanding universe had yet to reach Earth. When Edward Robert Harrison published Darkness at Night in 1987, he credited Poe's Eureka with anticipating his findings. Renowned Italian astronomer Alberto Cappi, speaking to Nautilus, acknowledged Poe's remarkable foresight, saying, "It's surprising that Poe arrived at his dynamically evolving universe because there was no observational or theoretical evidence suggesting such a possibility. No astronomer in Poe's day could imagine a non-static universe." These striking parallels between Poe's writings and real-world discoveries continue to fuel fascination and speculation about the legendary author's extraordinary foresight, leaving readers to wonder if his imagination was indeed connected more closely to reality, or even the future, than previously thought. Over on our second channel, we take a look at a mysterious disappearing village in Canada.
Nestled amidst the rugged terrain of Canada's northern tundra, Lake Anjikuni lies as a tranquil oasis bordered by icy waters that mirror the desolate beauty of the harsh surrounding landscape. Yet beneath the serene facade lies a chilling mystery that has puzzled investigators and captured the imagination of the curious for decades: the disappearance of an entire village. Accounts of the vanished village have become a staple of local lore, passed down through generations as cautionary tales of the mysteries that lurk beyond the safety of civilization. Despite the passage of time, the echoes of an Inuit people who once called Lake Anjikuni home reverberate. Those echoes cast a pall of unease over those who dare tread its frozen shores in search of answers and perhaps a glimpse beyond the veil.
If you want to hear the full baffling story, there's a link in the description and it's pinned in the comments.
Well, hey, that's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. Click these two links here if you want to watch more scary clips. Leave us a comment down below. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.